Far-Flung Tin Can, we are bridging the gap between two diverse worlds, the Christian home and the mission field, through missions awareness, missions engagement, and worship in everything. We are traveling the world to the most remote places on the planet to find those who have laid down everything to say yes to God. And whoever said missions can't be fun? God is calling. Will you take the call?
I am Célia Mendes. I am from Brazil, a city called Campina Grande. I had a real encounter with Jesus when I was 12 years old. And ever since, I've felt a real call in my life to be outside the four walls of the church. And I began working towards that. I did Bible school for five years. And in 2003, I came to Mozambique, and I came to work with Iris Ministries and establish a connection in between the Church of God in Brazil and the Church of God in Mozambique. So I did for the first 2 years. I worked with Iris Ministries, and it worked on establishing a friendship, a connection with the Church of God in Mozambique. And now, 13 years later, I still work with Iris Ministries, although I'm doing much less now with Iris, and I am working a lot more than before with the Church of God in Mozambique. So in October, I got a message from this guy named Kyle Filippi, and like wanting to talk to me. So we have arranged a Skype call, and I was here in the community when we tried to Skype. I almost climbed the tree to get a better connection, and then we did talk, and he presented the possibility of coming to Mozambique and documenting some of what we are doing here. Now we have a team from Far-Flung. Now we have a team from Far-Flung. Now he's bringing a team here to Mozambique. Okay, I'll get it up. It's awesome. This is my favorite place on this base, my favorite place. Right now, I would even say that it's my favorite place in the whole world. So I came all the way from here to here, Maputo. That's where we are.
How did you know what was here?
I didn't.
So what made you come?
I was getting ready to go to Guinea-Bissau, another country here in Africa. Guinea-Bissau, this little country. I was in Bolivia, finishing my training. Where's Bolivia? I was finishing my training in Bolivia, getting ready to go to Guinea-Bissau. And Heidi Baker met one of our leaders from the Church of God in Europe and asked if the Church of God in Brazil had any missionary that could come and help in Mozambique. So then the Church of God in Brazil only had me getting ready to go to Guinea-Bissau. So they called me from Brazil, in Bolivia, asking if I would consider giving some of my time before going to Guinea-Bissau to Mozambique. And so I asked our missions director then to pray, to give me some time to pray, so which I did. After 3 days, I felt such a peace in my heart, and I felt confirmation from the Lord to come to Mozambique instead of going to Guinea-Bissau. So I came for a 2-year project, and after 2 years I began really working with them, and I traveled the whole country of Mozambique with them. So today, after 13 years, I am transitioning from working with Iris Ministries to then working more with the church here in Mozambique. On the 1st of June is Children's Day, and so we're going to be celebrating Children's Day on the 28th of May, which is next Saturday. So we're getting ready with all the toys that these guys brought. We're going to give to the kids, and then we're going to get them playing.
And we're testing out the bracelets, we're testing out the toys.
Testing out Testing the toys. Just to see if they're good enough for the kids.
Yeah, I think they're fun.
So in the community here, one of the greatest challenge, if not the greatest challenge, is the lack of water. So since I came to this community for the first time in 2006, my heart was broken over the need that people had for water. So I began helping in different ways, like building manual wells where people could get some water from, because there is only one spring well in the whole community. So then we put bricks around it to protect from the sand coming in. Still, that well, people used to spend it, to this day, that well is working. People used to spend still about an hour to get 20 liters of water. The one problem in this community is that the groundwater is salty. So in partnership with another organization called Joaquim Chissano, Foundation Joaquim Chissano, then they financed 5 of those towers. And they pay for 5,000 liters of water for each tower once a week. So once a week there is a truck that comes and delivers the water, and people pay a minimum, just a symbolic amount to have the water, like those people are getting now. So this was one of the ways that we found to help the people.
Is it enough?
Oh, no, it's not enough. Because each family can only get 80 liters, 4 containers of 20 liters each. So, family. People survive. It's not that they live well. So, in the West, no problem. You open up your tap. You don't know the value of certain things. Like here, that's the water they have. So when they don't...
How far do they have to carry it?
Oh, it depends. So we placed the 5 towers in strategic points in the community so that people would not have to walk too much to it. These ladies here that I know them, they walk about 10 minutes. These ones are close. So when I came to Gumbani for the first time, there was not much here. There were not even churches. So I began helping some people with small things, like some food box, and getting to know the community. And some people started asking, why don't you plant a church here? Because you guys sound serious. So Mama Maria, Maria de Fatima, she then began this work with 4 ladies, praying in the little carnizo, as we call here, like a grass hut. And then it just grew, and people started coming, and even kids, to the point that there were not space anymore. So I had very little support, but whenever I had an extra, I would buy some food and I put on boxes and then serve the community. I did that maybe 3 times. But my heart is not to create any kind of dependency, and then I don't like that model of like giving stuff away. So I had with Mama Maria, we had the dream of doing something more sustainable for the community here. So she started praying with these 4 ladies in here. And so the Holy Spirit started like moving.
É que eu que recebi a manacer, então a comunidade também aceitou receber a manacer. Já vimos antes, aquelas pessoas que estão na igreja, antes não sabia nada e não tinha nada, mas agora as pessoas sabem orar e tem qualquer coisa, vem fruto da oração.
So right now we are feeding the kids in our children's feeding program. For the moment, we're doing it only 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. But our aim is to increase the number of days as finances come in. We feed about 200, 220. We also want to increase that number too. The kids are enjoying a meal, probably their 1 meal of the day.
Célia, boa noite.
Boa noite.
Boa noite.
Adriano, tens que te levar, né?
Mas depois a gente...
Yeah.
você tá sem seu celular, né?
Okay, so
No.
it's, I don't know what time it is, but it got dark at 5 p.m. So I don't know, it's been like 3 hours since then. So maybe 6, 7, 8 p.m. I don't know. But so we are in the bush of Africa. The stars are amazing. Who disturbed my slumber?
We are in Goombani. My first night here, we're about to go to sleep. Chris is taking...
Hold on a second. Got it. Sorry.
That's a lot of racket. We're in the middle of, well, I don't know, we're in Mozambique, out in the bush, so they call it. It's pretty, I don't know, I haven't not slept in a bed in probably a decade, I would say. So tonight will be interesting. But at least I'm with my homies.
What do you get married? You'd be sleeping on the couch a lot.
We're gonna get up tomorrow and have our kids' day, and it's gonna be awesome. That's a good night from Travis. Shoot.
Bradley County's got me by the collar. Signal Mountains got me by the skies. I never knew I'd fall in love in summer. It's Christmas, but July is in your eyes. Chattanooga traffic is forever, but now I'm too far in the compromise. Love you now, always and forever. I drive this far to look into your sky. The stars never fall like this anywhere. Your night will beckon me to stay alive. The moon walks on your sure of this, your smile is worth the drive. in love in summer. It's Christmas, but July's in your eyes. Chattanooga traffic is forever, but now I'm too far in to compromise. Love you now, always and forever. I drive this far to look into your eyes. The stars never fall like this anywhere. Your night blue beckon me to stay alive. The moon walks on your mountain deep inside. I'm sure of this. Your smile is worth the drive. Your eyes are a burning fire. Your gaze, paralyzed by pride. You look at me, back in the dark. Your eyes are a burning fire. Your gaze, paralyzed my pride. You look at me, pushing back the dark. Your eyes.
Children's Day was a lot of fun. We got to love on the kids, play with them. They were so excited. You could just see their smile on their faces, just with everything. I don't know why this made me really sad, but they had a ton of stations, but one of the stations was a swing. And they absolutely loved that swing. I mean, there was a line to get on the swing. And it just really made me think about how much we take for granted. And it was amazing to get to come here and get to experience that and be reminded, because we have swings everywhere in the United States, and we would never think that, you know, children would just be so excited to get on the swing.
And we have at 10:30 at night the beginning of a service, an all-night prayer vigil that will be taking place here at the church, and it's going to go all throughout the night until 4:30 in the morning. We're going to load up all the church people into vans. We're going to head to the coast, and at sunrise we're going to baptize all the new converts, and it's going to be amazing.
Twinkle in your eye, yeah. They see fly, yeah. Cruising on by, hey.
We're in an all-night prayer. Vigil. And then from there we'll leave and go to the beach for baptisms.
Okay, what's going on?
Now we're getting ready to go to the beach to do the baptism.
What time is
Exciting.
it? How cold is it?
Oh, right now it's 4:05. And it must be like 20 minus. Oh, you do Fahrenheit. We do Celsius. Fahrenheit? 40. So the first time I spoke to Cal on the phone, I was sitting right there under the tree where the lantern is, and I told him you've got to come to this place and see the stars for me. So here you are.
Samuel in the night, and I want to hear the Spirit speak. Wake me up to prophesy, and the lamp of God is burning, the Spirit is burning, a fire in me, and the lamp of God is burning, the Spirit is burning, a fire in me. I wanna burn.
One of the most breathtaking scenes, the people who were being baptized and their families, they all were gathered and they were singing and praying. They didn't stop really during the entire thing, and one by one the people who were being baptized went into the water out to Celia and Mama who were baptizing them. They went back to the beach and they just kneeled in a line and prayed, just started interceding.
I think that one of the most amazing things for a pastor is to baptize the very ones that they went for Jesus. And the baptism we just had, I can't say enough how I feel, how happy I feel for those 24 people that have taken that step.
Far-Flung Tin Can is spreading the gospel and helping others in the most remote places on earth. Our work in Mozambique is ongoing and you can be a part. You can apply to join us on our monthly Far-Flung trips, or you can help send us to far-flung places by giving. We believe our children should be thinking about the Great Commission. Be sure to purchase Adventures with Far-Flung, Celia's Sunflowers, based around the real-life ministry in this episode.